Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be another first impression and a review, because when I say that, I know if I like it or not on my first try. That's just the way it goes. So we are going to be talking about the new release of the Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette. So anyway, when I first saw this on Trend Mood or something like that, I went ahead and pre-order it right away. It was available on Amazon first, so they released it first, and then it was available at the store, so I got my hands on it right away. So when I first saw this, it looks like a face palette when I saw it, so I'm like, I don't really read description and stuff like that, so I'm like, that looks so pretty, I'm gonna go ahead and buy it for $11. It looks really pretty on the website, so I'm like, wow, that could be a really good face palette. But then when I got it, it's really just an eye palette. And the difference between when you get it in person and when you just see it online, it looks so different, because online it looks much more bronzier and very colorful. It looks more like a lemonade color like that. So when you get it, it is kind of like, what? That is not the palette I saw online. So anyway, let's go on with the whole thing. So I have the colors on my lid right now. As you guys can see, it's still very subtle, and I will tell you my opinion real quick. Let's go ahead and show you the palette first and the swatching and stuff. So this is what it looks like right here. This is $11, and right now it is available at Ulta and elsewhere, I think. So this is $11. I got this at Amazon because it's available at Amazon first. So anyway, so as you guys can see, this is how the packaging looks like. Now this is my first time owning a Maybelline this pretty. That's why I got it right away. I know some of Maybelline shadows are not that great, but when I saw this, I'm like, whoa, that is really fun, and it's just really stunning. It's, for $11 you're getting all these shadows right here. Okay, so in the back there's stuff right there on how to use the shadow. Alright, so you are getting how many? A lot here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 colors or 12 shades in this palette right here. And this only weighs 7.4 grams or 0.26 ounce, which is not that bad. It is actually big enough for you to play with. I love the whole look, by the way. Online, this side right here looks like a bronzer. This side right here, it looks like a bronzer, like, much more darker than, it is. Like, when I saw this, I'm like, what happened to the bronzer color? But anyway, I will insert a clip of how I use this palette on my lid. So anyway, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mattes in here. And I will say that the mattes, they are okay. I will show you a swatching of it real quick. Very powdery, as you guys can see. So this is the first one right here, which is kind of like a transition shade. And then the Berry Eyes is like a pink, really pretty pinkish matte. As you guys can see, it's just melting on my skin tone, is right there. And then the yellow one, which I didn't use, this is probably good for brow highlight right there. As you guys can see, it is showing really well. So it's not like a total, subtle or total waste of, to some of you, you're probably not gonna like this palette because it's not showing that pigmented, but I like it. So that's the yellow one. See, the yellow one is not as bright as you think it is. And also the pink one, which is just a subtle pink. But in here is showing because I, I swatch my finger, so it's a different story. And then the Coral Punch, I didn't use the Coral Punch either, but that is the Coral Punch, which is also a pretty coral, so you can see. And now I'm going to swatch the dark brown, which is still a subtle color. And then the last matte in here is the one that is called the Sweet Tea, which is like a really pretty gray bronze shade. I love this one. This is what I use under right here, mixed in with the pink shade. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the sheen shimmery shades, which are really pretty. Look at how this could be a highlighter. This is pretty too. So I'm going to apply this on the top. Alright, so this one is the first highlighter that you are going to be seeing on the top, which is really stunning and still subtle, to my opinion. I know some of you are really not going to like this this palette because it's just subtle, but I'm going to tell you my opinion real quick. The main squeeze is just a yellow gold that has like micro glitters, which is not my favorite because I just don't like anything that has micro glitters in it unless it's a blush or something like that. So anyway, so that's the yellowish color right here. It's still a pretty color, but it's still subtle, as you can see, but it has like a really pretty you know, micro glitters in it, which is like, it's hard to apply if you're a beginner. So the way to do it is to wet your brush and then blend it. And so the next one that has some glitters in it and a little bit of micro glitters, this one is kind of like a gold, kind of like a rose gold to me. So you guys can see, this is the third shimmer that has glitters and micro glitters in it. Not bad, right? But those two shades are not my favorite because, like I said, it's a personal preference. I just don't like big chunks of glitters or micro glitters. Alright, so the last one that is, it is a copper sheen shimmers, which is really pretty. This is one of my favorite in this bunch. So that's the copper right there that has a sheen shimmer. And that's what I have on my outer corners. Alright, so this is what it looks like, and it has some good shades right there, which I'm really blown away by the way, so I don't know what to use. These are awesome colors. So I'm gonna start with the sherbet right there, which is kind of like an off-white, as you can see. And I'm going to use that as my transition shade. But it is kind of powdery, obviously, because it's matte. And I don't have any primer either. That way we can see how this sticks on the lid in general. Alright, so that's not bad. Can't see. Here you go. Alright, and I'm going to go with the Berry Ice, which is a little bit mauve pink. And I'm going to apply that in my crease. There's like different colors in here that are so overwhelming, like the yellow and then that pink color. Go with the Sweet Tea just to give my crease a little bit dimension. Just about right here. Not bad. This is a matte right here, the Sweet Tea. And I'm gonna do a swatch of this, of course. I want to try the yellow one. let's see. Let's go ahead and see how that works. Alright, I'm gonna try the yellow one just for fun. I'm not really going anywhere with this. So I'm just going to apply this yellow. Alright, so the yellow is matte. And I guess this is kind of like a subtle color. Kind of like a gold color. So I'm just patting the yellow on all over my lid, so you guys can see. And I thought it'd be like overwhelming in yellow, so I'm just going to pat it that way the color will stick. Now if you want to play with this shadows, it is important that you do apply a primer. That way these colors, especially the yellow, most of these are matte, that way it will stick on your lid. So, but the color did stick though. As you guys can see, it's a really subtle yellow, but it is pretty. It made my brush turn yellow. Look. Alright, so so that's not really crazy yellow. Now I'm gonna go with the, let's go ahead with the Ice Pop, which is the hot pink, which is a little crazy look. You guys can see, but anyway, I'm just gonna apply this on the outer of my lid. And I'm just gonna blend it. This is really subtle. It doesn't, this might be a buildable color, which I love because I'm a beginner when it comes to shadow, and I think this is a really friendly palette for beginners. So you guys can see I've been playing with the scary colors in this palette, and so far it is not really like showing that crazy on my lid, which to some of you this is probably some sort of a flop, because you know we all want to talk about the pigmentation, right? But sometimes that's not always the case, because I think I'd rather have a buildable colors rather than have it pop right away on your lid, because once it's there, you know. So I'd rather have it built in rather than, you know, you can't control the color. So as you guys can see, this is the these are the two brightest color on my lid right now, and it's not like showing like a big color. I mean, you know, like wham bam color, but I love it. So anyway, let's go ahead with the next color I want to play is the darkest color, which is the Old Fashioned. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you. The Old Fashioned looks right here. I just flip it. So it looks like that. And these are the three colors that I've been playing so far that are light and dark. And I want to play with it because why not? Let's see how they look first, because this is the first thing that y'all are going to want to know if it shows. Alright, so that's also subtle, which I don't mind because, you know, it gives us a little bit play, gives us a little bit time to play, and it is subtle and it is not that wham bam pigmented right away. But I don't have a primer, but I bet when you have a primer, this shades will probably show better, in my opinion. Alright, so that's the brown right there. It did blend well, in my opinion, but it is kind of hard to blend. For a dark color, it is kind of, you know, like you have to really get in there, or maybe wet your brush. But I like it, like the color is just subtle and friendly to me. So I'm just gonna apply that a little bit on the bottom. Mind you, I don't have a crazy lighting going on, so what's in my what you're seeing right now is a real color. So next we are going to, I want to play with, I want to apply the, I don't know, this, actually there are two, man, okay, two sheen shimmers that is called the Strawberry Lemonade, which is kind of like a light pink, and then the other one is called the Sugar Coated, which is a copper. These two are sheen shimmers. This one is copper, and this one is like a pink, baby pink, like a light pink shade, which is really pretty. And then this one has like micro glitters in it, and this one has some glitters in it. So this one is citrus, and this one is main squeeze. Ooh, I actually love all these colors right here. Let's go ahead and I'm scared of glitters and micro glitters, so but let's try anyway. I want to apply the sugar coated on the, I don't know, like outer V. See how it works. Alright, wow, that's pretty, as you guys can see. Wow, that's pretty. But it's still subtle in my opinion. And it's kind of like that buildable color, but it does stick though. And it doesn't have glitter showing, because this is the sheen shimmers. This is the sheen shimmer shade. So, oh, that's pretty. Forget the yellow. The yellow is totally gone. We're all like bronze now, or like copper shades. Wow, that's pretty. I love it. That's all I need right there. See how friendly this palette is for beginners? You don't have to be scared with it. So, alright, so the next color that I want to play is the Strawberry Lemonade, which is right here. I'm using a small brush because my eyes is so small that, you know, tiny brushes like this is really friendly, especially, you know, when you're playing with your crease. Alright, so this one, let's see how pretty it goes. Alright, I'm gonna apply this right here. You guys see that? That is a stunning color as well for the inner corners. Ooh. Now if you wet this is probably pretty, but this one has like bigger shimmers than the other one. You know, that kind of like to line the crease, kind of. That way kind of creates a line or something. I don't know what I'm doing here, but let's just go with it. The next color that I want to try is the citrus, which is a little bit of gold glitters. So I'm just gonna want to try this in the middle. Ooh, this is pretty too. So see that? You guys see that? It is very, oh god, that glitters. Still very subtle, but I like it. I'm having fun with it. Okay, the next one that I want to try is the main squeeze. I want to apply this in the right here, where the light is going to catch. Alright, all the colors are on my lid pretty much, except for the other mattes. Alright, so I want to add a little bit of that pink on my, right here. It is pretty. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. And I'll tell you my opinion, so hang in there. Now, is this worth to try? Is this worth $11? You go ahead and try it yourself. Just stare at it for a moment if you must. Okay, I'm gonna tell you my real opinion. I'm not a shadow girl at all, but I was drawn to this because of the whole look and the whole packaging, and plus you are getting all these shades for the price. It's $11 only. It's not that bad. To me, it is worth $11. Is this worth $11 to some of you who knows your shadow, and to those of you who knows how to play with shadows? Probably not, because these are just really subtle shadows right here. These are not wham bam colors. It looks really like really stunning and looks like colorful and stuff like that, but when you apply this and play with this, it's really just a subtle, but it's not a total dud because it is a buildable colors. You can build it up, which is really nice, because this is good for beginners. Okay, so this is friendly towards the beginners, like if you don't know how to play shadows, this is your palette right here. You can play with it and you're still not going to, get a crazy shadow right away. Like, you can just take your time and blend it. So this is a really good palette right here for beginners, in my opinion. But to those of you who knows your shadows, probably not. That's just my opinion, but it's only $11, like, and this is the prettiest I've seen Maybelline make a this is the prettiest I've seen Maybelline with a shadow palette like this for a while. I've never seen Maybelline does something like this for a while. I don't know, Maybelline is just not my favorite brand when it comes to shadow, because their shadows are like, like 50-50 sometimes. Sometimes you get a good one, sometimes you get like wah, wah. So this one is just 50-50 to me because it is buildable. It is subtle, but it is buildable, in my opinion. So anyway, is this worth to try? $11 to my beginners out there? Yes, it is worth $11. And to my people who knows their makeup and knows how to use makeup, probably you're not gonna like it, but it's worth trying. I think this is a really good collector's item. This is like, I just really like it. It's just an amazing, like palette in your I don't know, like for everyday use to me. So anyway, yeah, that is my opinion and my first impression and a review of this palette right here, and I hope that you find this helpful to those of you who are thinking of getting this palette. And I will see you again in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, that way you can see more of this crazy first impression and a review. And to those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much for supporting my channel, and I will see you again later. Bye guys.